This is TransWorld Live.
Hello!
Hello! Oh my God. We are back. I'm so excited. I hope everybody can see us and hear us.
Yeah, it looks like people are jumping on. We're getting lots of comments coming in.
I know. I'm seeing it coming on in. Hi, everybody. Eric, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I know it's been a while.
I know.
You were on the last episode. It was Rich and I, and now you're back.
I'm back. I'm back. Hello, Zach. All right, so we have got a really great show in store. I'm actually really excited. We were just talking to our guests beforehand, and you know, the biggest excitement or the biggest news or the biggest breaking news is it's March.
This is crazy.
I can't believe it. Eric sent out a meme earlier to the TransWorld team.
I think I panicked Jen a little with that meme.
It was great. But then I was like, oh, yay, it's March, TransWorld. And I was like, oh, my God, it's March, TransWorld.
All right.
Listen to us. All right.
Here we go.
Are you ready for our first guest?
I think so. Yeah, I'm ready for the full episode. I'm really excited.
Okay, I got a sneak peek of these products beforehand, so I can't wait to watch your face when you see them.
I can't. I've heard about them. I don't know what to expect, and I'm really excited.
I'm really excited. And as he was talking, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be great. So he is actually a first-year vendor. This is his first time coming to the show, but I want to go ahead and introduce our first guest, which is going to be Dave Sweeney from Acme Solutions Group.
How's it going?
Hey,
hi.
Yeah. How are you?
Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good.
We're
excited. I know Nicole has seen your products or heard a lot of your products. I just heard a little snippet from Rich, and I'm like, I can't wait. I'm really excited to dive in and see what you have to offer.
Absolutely. So yeah, we really focus on innovation with our company. So we have what we call the big three. So they are three products that are extremely innovative. Most of the time, it's something that people have never seen before. In all of our products, they have to do things like, impact the safety of a facility or of an event, cut costs for the end user, or the owner or production managers, depending on what we're looking at. And they really just got to help drive efficiencies inside those facilities. So all the products we've vet, very heavily, and they must fit all the criteria. And then we have what we call the big three that really that kind of bring that wow factor, as you guys will hopefully see.
Yeah.
Very exciting. So I'm very excited. First, I think you should start off with the fire extinguisher, because I think that's going to be something that's going to speak to so many of our, not only our viewers, but so many of our attendees.
Absolutely.
So
this here, what we have is what we call the self-servicing fire extinguisher. So it runs off of a CO2 cartridge versus your traditional fire extinguishers are always under pressure. So one thing you'll notice, there are no gauges, there's no pins, there's really nothing that can be damaged or loss of pressure is a problem with units. Dropping them and breaking off the gauges is a big problem. Someone coming by and just pulling the pin, whether it be a customer or someone at an event. A lot of these problems that usually occur, this company has been able to take those away and just bring a safer and more cost-effective product. So if you were to need the fire extinguisher, you would pull it down. It would instantly send a pin through the CO2 cartridge, pressurize the unit, and then you would pull it, and then you would use it like normal. One thing, too, it's made out of an engineered polymer versus a rolled steel. So if their units are outside, or if they're in kind of areas that they're going to get banged up, they'll never dent, rust, or corrode. So kind of a good safety or longevity feature there. Compaction is an issue with fire extinguishers. So whether you're traveling around or they're just sitting for a long time, the agent gets really, really compact and settles towards the bottom. That's usually why every 6 years they open up your fire extinguisher and they do the hydrostatic testing and the 6-year test where they look into your unit, pull all the agent out, and just make sure it's still in good shape. So what we've got is a wheel here on the bottom that we call the Russo fluff wheel. So you actually just spin that wheel a few times, and it's going to send an auger up the fire extinguisher and churn the powder. So I've got a clear unit here that will actually show you the process. So as I twist that auger, it's actually churning the powder. And that's something that normally on a fire extinguisher, you do not know if that agent is compact and it's going to work. If you're in an emergency situation, you grab a fire extinguisher, there's no telling if it's going to go off. A lot of state fire marshals and local fire marshals and firefighters tell us a lot of times they go to a call and they ask if a fire extinguisher has been deployed, and they say yes, but it didn't work. So they love the fact that this takes that away and allows the ability to actually see if it's compact before you use it. And if it is compact, you just kind of turn it a little bit and you'll kind of work it, and it'll actually will be able to work. So that's just kind of a little sneak peek of it working inside there.
Yeah, Dave, we have some comments, people asking, how does that fire extinguisher handle the cold?
So very well. We actually have it in some mines. So
cool.
Yep. So I can get the exact rating. I want to say it's up to negative 40 degrees below zero, and it'll get anywhere from up to 140 degrees. So we've got customers that use it in a mine, and then we've got customers, down in Florida on the coast that use it outside because of obviously the salt water and the corrosion. It doesn't have that.
Okay, now there's another question coming in. How often do these fire extinguishers need to be replaced and or tested?
So the concept behind the self-service is the manufacturer offers manufacturer certified training. So not all states have accepted it. Most have. A lot of times we just work with the end user and are able to have a conversation with the fire chiefs of wherever that jurisdiction is. But if you have that certification, you are able to do your self-service. So your service would just, really just check the CO2, make sure the pin, the tamper seal hasn't been broken, and then just spin it a few times just to make sure it's churned. And then you would go ahead and just sign it off like a normal extinguisher. So you would actually do that once a year, and that would be your yearly certification. As far as longevity, in a commercial setting, it's good for 12 years. We've got these units that we're probably going to show that are 2018 units. Those are going to have an 8-year commercial life left on them, and those are going to have 8-year manufacturer warranty. So realistically, that should be the only fire extinguisher you have to buy for 8 years.
Okay, and then another question: are they A, B, C, D, or K?
They are ABC. We do offer K as well.
Okay.
And
sorry.
Rating,
go ahead.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
No, I just had a question. I got excited.
They're 3A40BC, which is almost the equivalent of a 10-pound traditional fire extinguisher, but this is technically a 5-pound unit.
Okay.
And do they have a wall mount, or is it just a sort of a standalone?
They do have a wall mount, yes, sir. We will have to show. We've got a wall mount, and then they also have a DOT bracket. So they are DOT compliant.
Wow.
We do have customers that use them in their vehicles. Very big with RVs and the boating industry, as you can imagine, with the salt water and the corrosion there. So
that's really cool.
Absolutely. So what do you think next? Since I know you knew that.
Okay, I want you to show that next.
The Greensorb? Okay,
yes.
So what we have here, the second of the big three, is Greensorb. So this is a reusable oil granular. So traditionally, if there's a hazardous waste spill, someone's either going to use the spill pads. You're going to use either an oil dry or other type of clay product. They do have some white powdery, like aluminosilicate spill cleanup stuff. And so this is kind of your best fit for kind of a cost savings, innovative oil cleanup, hazardous waste cleanup. So this here is reusable. So the concept behind it is it fully encapsulates a liquid. So it never leaches back out. We've got plenty of EPA lab tests that we'll bring to the show that kind of show if you have a sulfuric acid and it spills and you use a 2-to-1 ratio and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes, you can actually mess with that sulfuric acid with your hands, and it's not gonna burn through your skin. that comes from the encapsulation process that this does. So it'll hold on to that oil, and it will never leach back out into the environment, and therefore makes it safe to handle. Once you do spray it down onto the ground and let it sit and sweep it up, it leaves that area completely dry. So a lot of times facilities use this, and once you sweep it up or wipe it up, it still leaves the area wet, or it makes like a chalky residue, a lot of them. So this you'll see as we'll do plenty of demos with this. We'll have actually either a piece of concrete on the floor and also a plastic bin, and we'll actually go ahead and spill oil in there, and we'll dump it on there and watch in about 30 seconds. It scoops it all up and actually turns it back into its original color of this light brown. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Wow.
So when you were pre-showing this, I immediately was like, oh my God, anybody that has a hayride needs to have this. Anybody that has, a tractor or a train or anything like that needs to have this. Also, at a business where you serve customers that could have vomit or blood or anything like that, definitely need this. So how do you dispose of it responsibly after cleaning up a spill?
So it depends what you're cleaning up. So we always say your bloodborne pathogens. So we have school systems and some other EMS that use it for blood and urine and vomit. If you are using it for that, bag and tag it and throw it away like you normally would. We've got some customers that go as far as testing each product. Maybe they've got 6 different chemicals.
Yeah.
They took sample sizes of it and had it sent in for EPA, and now they know, hey, these 3 can go into the normal trash now. Now these 2, they have to be thrown away in your normal hazardous waste disposal. Which,
got it.
If most people that know that they have that type of program, usually there is some cost associated with the removal of your hazardous waste. So the more we can reduce the amount of hazardous waste bins going out, the more cost effective it is on your guys' business.
Yeah.
Another great question. Do you know are there any issues listed with using that around animals?
No. So it's NSF certified. So
wow.
We can use it in food safe facilities. We've got, I think, like Butterball Turkey uses it. We've got some other food facilities that use it as well for, if a pump leaks or a hydraulic hose leaks and falls onto the ground, we're able to, have them go in there and clean it up very quickly. And then from there, they go ahead and throw it back into the container, and then they just can keep reusing it. So usually you could probably use, I would say, about 10 to 12 times what your normal oil granular will use. A lot of it depends on the viscosity of the oil and how much of this you actually throw onto the pile. I always tell people the more you throw onto it, the better it's going to work. It kind of works together with itself and pulls it off of the ground. You can actually, we've got some really good pictures too, and before and afters at gas stations or parking lots. So, we work with a lot of really large distribution centers. Amazon is one of them. They actually use it in their facilities if there's a truck leak where it's diesel fluid or gasoline. This will actually pull the oil or old oil out of the ground and clean the concrete. So
that's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. Well, and I don't want to cut you off, but I am so excited about your final product.
I've heard so much buzz about this. I can't wait to see it.
All right, I'm sorry. It's just like one of those things. It's like Christmas morning. I can't wait for Eric to see it. Like I'm so glad he didn't.
I haven't even seen it, and I already had told multiple people about it, and then I need one.
So this here is what we call the extend and climb ladder. So concept behind it is very ergonomic, very good on storage, very, very light, very, very easy to move around. So the best way to grab it is down under here. It weighs about 30 pounds. And this here is it's a 15 and a half foot ladder, which gives you a 19 and a half foot reach. So
but wait, there's more.
So as you see here, best way to do it, just put your foot on the bottom and just start pulling from the top.
I told you.
And it's going to extend up to 16 and a half feet. So, and if you want to retract it down, just do that. It's going to stop the first rung here and make sure you kind of, for a safety feature for pinch points. And now everything else after that is going to come down. and then back to where you started. Now, so since it locks in increments of 1 foot, we have a lot of customers that use this, and kind of the way we help them save some money is, number one, you don't have to have ladder racks on your vehicles. So every time, some of these companies, they'll buy a new vehicle every 2 or 3 years, or a truck, no more ladder racks. So you can fit this in the back seat. I haul it around in my Nissan Altima. So I've got a Nissan Altima, and I can keep a 16-foot ladder in there. So
that's incredible, right?
Crazy.
Yep, very easy as well.
How tall is it when it's collapsed?
30-something inches. It's not. I mean, I'm short, so you can see it's not. It's pretty short.
People are like going crazy about it in the comments. I like that fits so well with every aspect of the show. I can see Christmas light installers using it, haunts using it.
Yeah, escape rooms, especially when you're trying to maximize space and square footage in real estate, like it is so incredibly easy. And the biggest thing is I heard about it and I saw it come across in an email, and I was like, oh, collapsible ladder, you've seen them, whatever. When he extended it, I was like, mind blown.
Yeah,
you gotta see it work. Now here's another neat feature when we talk about like ladder consolidation. So some of these facilities, or maybe even you guys, you'll have an 8-foot extension, a 10-foot, a 12-foot, a 16-foot. So you're gonna have multiple ladders to get at different heights. So since it locks in increments of a foot, if you need an 8-foot extension ladder, you just count up 8, and that's where your starting point is. So now you've got your trip hazard here, and now you can run it all the way up to the top. And now I've got my 8-foot extension ladder.
Oh my God.
So
are you able to tell us the price point on those?
It's going to depend. So we've got a lot of different sizes. So it goes by reach height and then what weight you want. So some of the manufacturing facilities, they deal with OSHA regulations. So they have to have a 300-pound weight limit. So a lot of customers can get away with a much more cost-effective ladder by just using the 250-pound weight limit. So it's going to all depend. So they could vary from maybe $212 all the way up to $400. So depending on the reach height and the weight limit on it.
Yeah. That's incredible, though. I mean, 16-foot ladders themselves are extremely expensive to begin with.
Absolutely, yes, they are. We also have an A-frame one of these. So think of the concept. It's 2 of these with an attachment here that attaches 2 of these together. So you actually just extend it up to the 7-foot A-frame height, and then you just open it up, and now you have an A-frame that collapses down to 30 feet and weighs 48 pounds or so.
Okay, awesome. Someone's asking if there's numbers on the side that help you find how much feet you need, but I think you were just counting, right? Because they're 1 foot.
Yeah. So they go in increments of a foot. So I always say, you need a 10-foot, just count up 10, and then start there and slide it up.
That's genius.
Oh my God, this is so. For our industries, this is like revolutionary. Like it's been a while since a product. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's usually products every year that I'm all of a sudden like, oh my God, we need this.
Absolutely.
But this is incredible. It
I'm
really is.
So you'll have all 3 of these obviously at the show.
Absolutely.
The only 3 options that you're bringing for products, or is there other exciting stuff too?
So no, we usually start with our big 3. These are like I said, the most innovative products. They're going to be stuff that always really has that wow factor.
Yeah. Most
of the time people haven't seen them before. So that always kind of starts to build our relationship with customers, and really starts us off on a right foot of bringing them some value to their business.
Yeah, no, those are I'm blown away.
So we'll have these in display. We'll have an area where we're actually going to be able to demonstrate and do some cleanup of the Greensorb. So you'll be able to see within 15 or 20 seconds, it's got the oil off of the container. And I went to a 4-day trade show last time, and I had maybe 2 pounds of it in the container, and I cleaned up spills. Oh man, I don't know, a few thousand people went by, and I just kept all day just cleaning it up, and we used that for 2 days straight. So it's the encapsulation process. You can really see how it leaves the area dry.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Now, what booth are you going to be in, Dave? Do you remember?
We are in booth 841.
Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right, and you is there any other way for anybody else to get a hold of you guys in the meantime, or should they just hold tight, save up their money, and see you at the show?
You can always save up your money and see us at the show. But yeah, you can reach out to either myself directly. My email is D as in Dave, and then Sweeney as in my last name. I don't know if it's posted anywhere on the, I think it's posted on the site at acme-grp.com. And then we have a website as well. It's acme-grp.com.
Awesome. Well,
That's
we're all
amazing.
excited to see you at the show. I'm seeing lots of great comments, a lot of excitement about your products. The last comment I'm seeing is you need to talk to other exhibitors about these products because they can all use these.
Yes, yes. Actually, our next guest said that very same thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what day are you getting in?
Every trade show we go to, we get a mix of exhibitors that come to our booth to want to get stuff, and then we have actual attendees that come and get stuff. Again, it just comes with the nature of kind of our business model. The kind of vision of this for me was always just to find innovative products that are going to really drive that value to your customers and have that wow factor. So as we continue to grow, I think we'll grab more neat products and keep going with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking out the time, and we cannot wait to see you in just a few short days. Couple days. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to stop at booth 841.
Absolutely.
Not only to say hi, but I've got to place a couple of orders, and so we'll see you at the show.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
right. So crazy.
How many ladders are you buying?
I know, right? I'm literally going like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I need one for my mom.
You know what I love about that? I love that it's so small that I can lose it, and it's an extension ladder. Like I could hide that thing. Yeah.
No, I mean that's incredible. The other thing, the quick absorb, like I thought that's like crazy revolutionary, and then not to mention fire extinguishers. I feel like we have even personally had this conversation about how frustrating it is to keep up on fire extinguishers and continually service them and make sure that they're ready to go, and it's a headache all the way around.
Yeah.
So
before we jump to our next guest, should we talk a bit about event reminders?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we should.
So this is your last call to book your events or register for all of those exciting networking events and everything that TransWorld has to offer. We all know that we love the show floor and all the exciting exhibitors and everyone that's there, but the networking is really the bread and butter of where it's at for all of those industries, from Halloween to Christmas to Escape and Axe Throwing and everything in between. So make sure you check out the events and daily events tabs on the websites and register for all those, because they do sell out fast, right, Nicole?
Yeah, they do. And actually, I know you have, and we were on the same call, going through just some preliminaries just to see where we've got extra space and place for people. And really this year, heed the warning. If you're coming and you want to participate in cool things, don't wait. Don't wait till you get there. It's really hard. It's going to be hard to tell this year. We're coming. I don't know if you guys know, we're coming out of a pandemic and things are changing. And we've seen some comments in there about some of the policies, all that stuff. The best place to keep up to date on that information, Eric, do you know where to find it?
It is. It's the health and safety tab right on the website.
Yes.
So we will update that as soon as we hear anything.
Yes, absolutely.
As someone had commented, we can't see all the Facebook names on our side a lot of the time. So I think that was probably someone from the TransWorld team saying that I think it's the county that lifted it, but we're just waiting to hear back before we can announce if it's optional to wear masks in the center or not. Since the center is a state-run facility, we have to go with what they're saying. But
yes, there is not control over that. In many spaces and places, as you guys know, everybody's attending from different places. We've all had different restrictions and things that we have had to conquer and or navigate around, especially for all of our own events and businesses.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for another guest?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah. I gotta get back to that.
All right. So our next guest, this is actually, don't quote me on this, but this is the question I asked beforehand. It's his third time vending and attending TransWorld. He's very excited. I heard a little bit about what he's bringing. He started off with a smaller booth and now he's up to huge booths. So I can only imagine the kind of mayhem he's going to be bringing with him.
See,
You see what I did there? I see what I did there. All right. Without further ado, we are going to welcome Bryon from Midnight Mayhem Apparel.
Hey, Bryon.
Hey there. Nice segue.
Thank you.
Very good.
Real slick when he does that. Yeah.
Yes, you might say that was the best introduction you've had so far, but it
is. It
don't
literally
flatter
is the best.
So tell us a bit about what you do, Bryon. What is Mayhem?
Well,
what are
we
you offering?
We are known for our clown costumes.
Oh, awesome.
That's what we have primarily done. That's all we've done for basically 4 years. We just kind of built them starting off with the idea that we didn't want them to rip and tear every year. We didn't want our people to have to replace them. We wanted to make those things last 4, 5, 6 years. And that kind of gives the haunt owner a little bit more budget to play with other things. So he doesn't have to worry about some clown in a costume ripping it every single year.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And this is your 3rd year attending, right?
It is. We started off with a 20-foot booth thinking we were crazy. And now we're in a 50-foot booth thanks to Rich. And, it's been a real pleasure. We're right across from CFX this year, so we like to have little fun games back and forth with them.
So I actually, once you said it, and I'm sorry, I kind of, when you start to hear all the names and stuff, I remember because you are the vendor that happens to have a really great line of ladies' costumes as well.
Yes.
Which sets you apart a little bit. I mean, not that that's a big thing, but I don't know if you guys know, I'm a lady that notices those things. But your products are great quality. So I'm so glad not only are you coming back, but that you're coming back bigger and better this year. Is there anything new that you are bringing that you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, so
give us the.
So I will give you snippets, because every year we are haunters ourselves. So just like everybody else in the community, we actually go out and use our own products, and we work with our own local haunts here. One of the big things that we've been listening to from all the haunt owners and from everybody at the show and through communications with actors and everything is, can you make this? Can you make this? So we are bringing a line that's much darker, that doesn't have as much color.
Okay.
Which is completely different for us, but also you asked, we listened. So you want the quality of the clown suits, but you want them in these other things. So we are bringing some very well constructed things that everybody's going to be a little excited to see. And I'm going to have to throw my clown makeup aside for a little bit.
Okay. All right. So is that, so this is a new line altogether?
It is. It's a complete new line of about 6 to 10 different things that are coming.
Wow.
You guys have been busy.
Yeah. Had some inspirational things with, you watch these mask makers and it's just like, where do you come up with these ideas? But then you go, what would look good with that?
Yeah.
And
no, that's incredible.
He's being real slick. He's not telling us anything.
I know.
I'm trying to catch him, but he won't say it.
But right there. Eric, I don't know if you can see all of these questions coming in, but we have a lot. Bryon, I don't know if you can see these too, but we're going to start asking you some of these.
Okay.
So we
got one?
Yeah, I want to know, since your costumes are stronger, does that mean thicker fabric? Are they warmer to wear?
They actually are, but they still breathe. Usually we use 100% cotton because of its strength and durability, number one. But also when we distress them, they actually hold together better.
Okay.
Being in Kansas, it can be 75 to 80 degrees, and I wear silicone masks at all times. Or it can be 30 degrees the next night, or even down to 10. So hot and cold, I can run any of my costumes pretty much all night long.
Okay.
Awesome. And how does it work on sizes? Do you offer plus size lady sizes?
Yeah, we cut everything from scratch.
Okay.
So we do a lot of our suits are actually have a lot of little elastic areas to them. So what we'll do, like with the ladies' costumes, we have elastic waistbands, and what they do is we can stretch them out from anywhere from 30 to 64. You know, we can custom cut in size just about anything.
So you guys are physically making these. You're not outsourcing. You're making them all.
Yep, we sew all year long.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
It's fun.
And you guys carry clown props as well, correct?
We do. Due to a lot of the COVID stuff this year, we've had a little trouble with the impact foam that we use. Our hammers you're able to actually use them as a clown, and I'm an idiot at times. And you know, we're in a big expo center on concrete where I was last year, and yeah, I slam them on the ground. We used them a lot last year as demos. I don't know that we're going to be bringing any to the show this year, but they are available for order. We know we're a little ways out, so we're not promising them ahead of time.
Sure.
And how about clown shoes?
I get my clown shoes from a guy out of Mexico, Clown Mart. They're stupid expensive. They're great. I can't beat him, so I'm not going to try.
A lot of clown fans in the comments. They're all coming with a lot of questions. So
Yeah.
A lot of people excited about your dark costume line. And there's a lot of excitement coming in about that. And let's see. You're asking if you have a ringmaster costume.
The ringmaster is going to hold for this year because I want to focus on some of that darker stuff that's coming.
Okay. Awesome.
And I never was really happy with the one that I came up with because I wore it and it's got to be comfortable for me to wear because, like I said, we kind of test all our costumes through our local haunt.
Yeah.
Before we ever bring them out. So I want to make sure they're comfortable. I want to make sure you can wear them all night long. I want to make sure they're not irritating or you don't lose pieces to them or, just basically haunt test my own stuff.
You have let on so good with not giving any sort of inkling of what the new line is that people are. I think they're trying to guess now. They're like,
yeah, they are. They're like any demon costume, steampunk.
Yeah.
Are they on your site? Or
are they on your site?
So they're not there.
I learned the very first year at TransWorld. Sometimes you have to hold your cards.
Yeah.
No, and I appreciate it. Now, so go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what booth are you in, so people can run to you and see. Yeah.
We are 603 this year.
Okay.
So you got CFX, and then you got us, and then Creepy Collection and Immortal. So we're kind of hidden right in between the mask makers this year. So good spot for us because we could walk costumes back and forth, and we don't mind walking out of the booth. You can ask anybody to talk to me. I will grab one of my costumes and walk to a mask maker's booth and go, "What do you think of this?"
Love that. All right. There's a question. Is there any costume you want to tackle that you haven't done yet?
Well, I would say there were 6, but now I think there's probably 2, maybe 3. One of the big things I'd love to do is the kind of a goat butcher.
Oh, okay.
I want to do a goat butcher with the stilt accessories to wear with these stilts. It was not something I got to finish for this year because of time. But that may be something in the future.
Perfect.
You even have some friends in here that are saying that they're friends with you and they haven't even seen the costume. So you do
I know.
Keep them under lock and key.
I have to, You got some great costume vendors out there. Everybody that is coming to TransWorld that I know of, they're all great quality companies.
Yeah.
Maybe you just don't see it a lot, but as costumers, I look at the other ones and I go, wow, that's really nice. So I got to be on that par. I got to be with them or above them.
Well, it's so cool that you're in that area because that seems like the perfect spot for costumer. It's like a one-stop shop for character shopping, right on the show floor. And you also feed off each other. I mean, that's common throughout the whole show. It's a creative environment, and everybody is sort of feeding everyone else's creative energy, which I love.
Usually it costs me money too because I end up buying masks. I stare at them all weekend. What am I going to do?
People are loving the idea of the stilt goat costume. Nicole,
Yeah,
any other questions?
Somebody's going to beat me to it now.
Yeah, I'm trying to. The feed is uploading so quickly. Now I have a question that's very very specific. So you talked about that it was not necessarily scalable, but you can do customization. Do you foresee, I guess, having a line that is more for taller people? I know that sounds weird, but there's oftentimes we've bought costumes, like my husband's very tall, stocky guy. We've bought stuff before and just, doesn't fit the bill.
I mean, we did some last year, just even the regular clown suits. We called it just a big X.
Okay.
The guy is 6'8", probably 400. We did quite a few of those last year where they were real tall, had a linebacker from a major football team that ended up buying one. Big dude. But yeah, we can basically customize, stretch anything we make. So that's it. It just kind of works better that way. There's a couple of them that we aren't going to be able to just because of limitations of sizing and fabric, etc.
Okay. Awesome.
But pretty much everything is going to be customizable for size.
Awesome. All right. So now, is there anything else you want to share with our audience before they see you at the show?
Watch out for Nerf bullets.
Okay.
Wait, do I need to bring my Nerf gun? What's that?
I would suggest it.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So before we let you go, people want to know, what is the name of your company? Where can they find you in the meantime?
Midnight Mayhem Apparel.com. All one word. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. I haven't got into TikTok much. I'm leaving that to my kids so far.
Okay.
But mainly Facebook is the quickest way to get a hold of us because I usually have my phone on me at all times. During TransWorld prep, though, we obviously know things are busy. But you can message us anywhere, or you can jump online, look at all our products. All of the new stuff will be uploaded to the site and released. I think we're going to release them to the public on Sunday. So we're going to allow the people at TransWorld to take the orders and to fill up the order set first, because once we're out of orders, we're going to stop orders and say we're done for the year until this point.
All right. So last but not least, there was a question on here. I'm going to kind of format it just a little bit. Do you do kids' costumes as well?
Yeah, we have spawn suits. We call them spawn suits.
Amazing. Spawn suits.
They're not on the website, but they're about half the cost of a regular one, just because it takes the time. We do the little clowns too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's amazing.
We are doing genius name. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. There's literally people saying, okay, so we should pack our Nerf guns. Is what you're saying.
No, I did not condone that. That was not me. I just asked.
Vendors only.
Vendors only. There
Maybe.
we go. There we go.
Or flying fruit snacks. I cannot confirm.
Watch out, CFX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and forgive me, did you end up giving up your website for everybody to go and rush over and look at now?
MidnightMayhemApparel.com.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Honestly, everybody is so excited to come and see what you've got. Even the spawn suits, and to talk with you more about your costumes as well as what you're bringing to the show, because I think you piqued a lot of people's interests here.
Well, there's a reason we went with 50 foot.
Oh, that's right. He's got a 50-foot booth, and I also heard that it's up to 16 feet high.
There is something 16 to 18 foot tall coming.
Where are you getting all this information, Nicole?
I mean,
she listened.
She has her sources.
I have my sources. It's the reason when you want information,
and
you come.
We will have a small to fair amount of cash and carry for everybody.
Okay.
Ooh.
So they can obviously pick it up on Sunday, or if there happens to be, I don't know, a costume ball or something where they need to dress up. I mean, you
heard it here first,
opportunity
folks.
to pick some stuff up.
Awesome.
Very cool. Is that a hint on the line?
I was actually thinking that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is where I can go right away.
Is this a clue? Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to check out your new products. Eric and I will probably be right at your booth when you first open on Thursday because we're nosy and we want to know what you got.
I'm coming in Tuesday, so feel free to stop by.
Good to know.
I'm there Monday night. I'm gonna be sitting in your booth.
Well, you know, we may be there Monday, so I mean, you guys did give us a load in of Monday this year, so
open those boxes. Let's see what you got. I got to see it before Nicole gets here.
Eric, you're more than welcome.
I'm gonna
He thinks
crack
we're
open those
joking.
crates.
I know you're not, because I've been there on Monday night before.
You're gonna show up on Tuesday and you're just gonna see a note that says, "We've been here."
We're waiting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Definitely appreciate you joining us tonight, as well as giving us as much information as possible. That was awesome.
That was
Yeah.
fantastic.
And one of the other things I would just challenge everybody to do is come put your hands on the stuff. This is your only chance a year because we get too busy. We take too many orders to do MHC. We'd love to if we could, but we just can't. So this is your one time a year to come out, put your hands on it. If you're worried about sizing or quality or anything, come on over. I will take the time to spend with you. I can see Chance is out there in the chat. He knows me really well. I've talked to him many times. He's a great customer, but he knows my suits real well. So I thank you guys for the opportunity to join, and I can't wait to show you what I've got.
Awesome. Thank you
We're
so
excited.
much.
Yeah.
No problem.
We'll see you there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. All right. So guess what, Eric?
You're gonna buy clown costumes.
I think we're all being clowns this year. We're all too. We have a surprise.
What's
for
that?
for some of our people watching at home. They're gonna have to stick around with us for a little while longer. But the big surprise is, hold on one second. We've got two sets of tickets to give away. It just came in on the hotline. 2 sets of tickets to give away for the trick or treat ball. So I think that we're going to pick a lucky winner or lucky spectator or lucky surprise person now and then also later. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. I love
All
that.
right. As if our next guests aren't a big enough surprise.
Yeah.
I would like, do you want to pick the first one and just
Sure.
tell them to stick around?
Yeah. What I have to tell them to stick around? What do you want
Tell
me
them
to
to
do?
stick around to the end to find out what their surprise is.
So I'm picking a person, but they have to stick around to find out what
Yeah.
the surprise is. Okay. So I'm going way back in the comments because so here
See,
we
look at, I tell them they got a surprise and now everybody wants to be
Yeah. The one that I just landed on by fate was Danny Patrick.
Danny Patrick.
Danny
All
Patrick.
right.
So stick around. I don't know what your surprise is. I didn't get that secret text. So
All right. So Danny Patrick, you are sticking around with us. Actually, that is awesome. All right. So I've got Danny Patrick written down.
I got that.
And do you want to introduce our next guest?
Yeah, I think everybody knows. They've probably all been hanging out waiting to see this portion of the exciting interview. They have a huge fan base. We're so excited to have them on, and we are excited to have them as well. So please welcome Ed and Marsha from Distortions and the popular TV show Making Monsters. Oh, look at
Ooh.
Ed,
Oh,
you've changed.
Ed, you're looking a lot different these days.
Let's see if I know we had some delay issues with them before, but Ed and Marsha, are you with us?
You there? Hello?
Hello.
I was.
Okay. Hello. Sorry.
Oh,
Hello. Sorry.
are you pulling tricks?
I love it.
How are you guys?
Hi.
We're doing great. Have you enjoyed the show so far?
Oh yeah, it's great. We're looking at stuff. It's like, yeah, that's cool. I want to see those clowns. I want to buy that ladder.
I know.
We all want to buy that ladder.
I know.
This is like
Yeah.
QVC tonight, this episode.
I know. I know. We are so honored to have you here with us. As I think of you guys as like Halloween and haunted attraction royalty all the way around.
Absolutely.
But I can't guarantee I can't guarantee that everybody on here knows who you guys are. So we're gonna let you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I'm Ed
Marsha.
and we're with Distortions Unlimited. We've been making monsters for over 40 years, and we were, I think, at the first TransWorld, maybe the second, and we've been there ever since.
That's incredible. That's so incredible.
Back in the
I'm so
road
excited to have you
days. We were there.
So can you tell us how TransWorld affects your business?
Well, it's like this huge surge of business. In so many levels, it's wonderful because you can connect with everybody and meet everybody once a year. You got these friends you see once a year, and you can, exchange ideas, look at products, and I don't know. It's socially a wonderful thing, but it's also, amazing from a merchandise standpoint.
So
yeah, mostly I think forward to seeing everybody.
For sure. So we have a little bit of a delay. We understand that. Thank you, everybody at home, for sticking with us on that. But there's a question that just came through that I actually want to know as well. What got you into making monsters?
Well, I started the business in '78, and it was to create a costume to hopefully win a costume contest. I actually lost to a guy in a mask I painted here locally, and so I started making this mask and just turned into a company. We started selling them to the local party palace, and that was it.
That's what started it all. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Lots of questions.
Very humble.
They a lot of people are alluding to the fact that you might have some sort of T-Rex. Is this a new and exciting thing, and is it coming to TransWorld?
Yes, it is. And we had brought it one other time, but we have a paint job now that Tom Cassidy developed that's amazing. So we're going to bring him and a bunch of other junk.
There's actually two different T-Rexes. The big animated one we're bringing, and also the new line of little wall mount T-Rexes. So I'm not sure which one they're talking about, but we're bringing both.
Little, not so little, but yes.
I'm excited for both.
Yeah, multiple people asking about the T-Rex. So.
So here's a question. What is your favorite monster you've ever made?
Well, I guess that we've ever made, it would probably be Giger's Alien. That's just hard to beat, from the original movie Alien.
The Queen.
Well, the Queen, too.
I would say is my favorite.
Yeah.
Queen Alien.
And other people asking for you to tell the first electric chair story. Sue Jones Gray saying that. She said it might be a little too long for this episode, but maybe we'll have to ask you at the show.
Yeah, it is long.
It is. But, I'll just do a Reader's Digest version. Basically, we had an attraction called Dark Museum. We wanted to have a grand fee. We made this. I forget who came up with the idea. We made it. And we thought, well, it's kind of cool. We'll take it to TransWorld. I thought we'd sell 6. The first year we sold over 200, and it kind of accidentally changed the industry. It took it from, kind of smaller charity-driven haunts to what we have today, big attractions, because people realized when they bought this thing that they could spend some serious money and make some serious money.
And there's probably some people on there that, bought some or whatever. And that first year, a lot of heads flew off before we changed it. We changed the whole armature on them. But, yeah.
I was about 100 heads that first year. We had to play.
They probably looked really cool when it happened. I mean, in the haunt.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
For one group.
One time only.
Yeah.
I've got a question. What is your favorite haunted attraction theme?
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a hard one, huh?
That is hard because you could do great things with many, many themes. I guess rather than answer that specifically, I just like really creative stuff. I like to see things I haven't seen before and, push the limits of what has been done. And so that's a real tough question because there's a lot of good stuff out there.
It's funny you say that because you and Distortions Unlimited have been pushing the limits of what can be done in the haunt industry for years. I know I would sit for hours and just watch people at the show floor get scared by those actor-driven characters that look like a big animatronic. And when did those come to play? I mean, whose brainchild was that? That is genius.
Brainchild was that?
Well, it was originally mine, but we first did the Gargoyle Shock. That was the very first one. What year was that? I don't know.
Long time ago. It's got to be 10, 12 years ago. I don't know. And we've done one ever since. Well, now we didn't do one last year because of COVID and this, but that just terrorizes people. Normally an animatronic doesn't scare people that well, but that one, for 2 seconds, they're in a horror movie.
I love it. It's so sick, but I love watching people. I love the first day of the show because it usually always gets me. And I love it. It's incredible.
My favorite thing walking past this, like when you work for TransWorld or you work in haunts, you get so desensitized with everything that's happening around you. And I will just be on a mission walking on the show floor, going to a different seminar or something, getting a coffee, and one of those things jumps out and it gets me every time. It just catches me off guard.
I love it.
So I'm scrolling back up for just a minute and I want to ask, is there a new pumpkin line?
Well, we started with last year with Pumpkin Stalker. And actually the year before with Jack Attack, but that so much. Then we did this Pumpkin Stalker, and it allowed with the Jack Attack and the Grizzly Gourd to create an entire pumpkin scene, kind of around the Pumpkin Stalker, and people love that. So this year we added this guy. I don't know that you can see him too well. Hopefully, here, take a look.
Jack is back.
But we added him, and then a pumpkin spider, which is a real weird idea. Was that Tom's idea?
It was.
Yeah, Tom Cassie came up with this weird idea. And so we made that, and people love that. Now we've got so much pumpkin stuff. We're going to have a whole pumpkin scene, and it's kind of like, not that there's never been pumpkin scenes, but with the main characters, you create thing, a kind of a pumpkin scene, like you'd have a clown scene or exorcist scene or something like that, graveyard.
That's very cool. Another fun comment that I saw, Danny Patrick just said that her 3-year-old actually loves watching Distortions clips, and she calls you her booze.
Her what?
Her booze.
Booze or booze.
Yeah.
Booze. I love it.
That's awesome.
So you're already igniting
I really love
Halloween and props in 3-year-olds. So
yes.
That's good because they got to replace us. They
do.
We need that next generation.
All right. So,
comments.
I am. I'm sorry. So there was one back, and I'm going to paraphrase it just a little bit. What is the largest monster you've ever created?
Oh, yeah, that was a great one too.
That was a great one. I love that one.
The Queen probably. Well,
No.
The inflatable.
Yeah,
right?
the creature, which is
Okay.
150 feet long, and it's 2.5 stories high, 40 feet wide, and it was this creature. You walk into his mouth, you go, in his lungs and heart and intestines. He got his butt with a Bronx cheer and a blast of smoke and air. But that was the biggest thing we've ever made, and those were pretty crazy.
It's an inflatable.
Yeah, it's inflatable, but when you blow it up, it maybe takes 4 hours to put together. You blow it up, the whole action's there with walls and everything.
And it was very detailed too. I remember walking through that at the state fair here, and I'm just amazed at the detail of that
Oh,
thing.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, the technology was there. Nobody had taken advantage of it. We saw IDG at a trade show, I think at IAPA, and on the way home on the plane, I just had this idea of making a giant, and it won awards for like being the most complicated inflatable ever. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, and I have memories of that too. There was a show here at one point that had that as well.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we're getting all sorts of questions. All right. I want to know this one too, so I'm going to ask it. How is it working with Dick Van Dyke? Is he as nice as he seems?
He is, and he's more nice than he seems.
He
Oh,
is.
good.
I tell people that he's just like Robert Petrie. I mean, literally, he must have played himself. The only difference is he tells a little dirtier jokes sometimes, but super, super nice guy. Very, very fun.
Yeah, and he totally loves monsters.
Yes.
Just loves them.
He's been doing a haunt at his house since the 50s or 60s.
Really?
And he
Really?
said he only missed 2 years when he was around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just when
And
you
he,
think
back in those days, I know, and we were shocked too. He called here one day, I don't know, many years ago, and Janine answered, "Hi, this is Dick Van Dyke. I was wanting to order some stuff." So she's thinking, "Oh, that's funny. Some guy that has the same name as Dick Van Dyke." And then she talked to him. She realized it was the Dick Van Dyke. She said the hair just stood up on the back of her neck, and she got all tongue-tied. But he bought a ton of like electric chair, all sorts of stuff, and we've been working with him a lot. We were just out there this October, and he's doing amazing for 96. I
He's
guess
96, yeah, and doing great.
unbelievable.
Doing great. Yeah.
That's incredible.
It is. He's got a trainer, personal trainer, and he works out. And the guy's amazing.
I'm just going to go on record right now and tell everybody that is not what I'm going to be doing at 96.
No.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right. I have another question for you guys because I've seen it come up a couple of times. And then Eric, I'm going to have you search for a question. Because again, selfishly want to know this. Is Monster Days coming back for 2022?
Yeah. And the city's been great. They love it, and we get a kick out of it. And, it's just a fun day of just celebrating monsters. And, we just do it here locally, and it's just a gas.
Do you have a date for it yet? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, August 20th.
Okay. Good to know. All right.
Very cool.
Come on out.
Yeah,
I
get
want to bring
people
my kids.
all the way
Yeah,
from California from Florida, and they come to Greeley, Colorado for this party. It's like a sick party. It's just the funniest thing ever. I would have never dreamed. In fact, the city, when they agreed to it, they thought, well, maybe we'll have 500 people. And the first year, I think 6,000 people showed up. And it's 10,000 people a year now. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I've seen pictures, videos. I'm very interested in it all the way around.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we have probably time for one more question, right, Nicole? And I think I've seen this one a couple times. A lot of people asking, what was the most memorable prop or creature that you think you both have made or created?
Well, I'll answer first. To me, it's the electric chair. The electric chair changed our business. It changed the industry, not because we're smart. It just happened to be the right thing at the right time, but it was totally accidental. We had no clue. And so it's so savage and crazy. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, and besides the Queen Alien, which we already talked about, there's a few things I just love. The Gargoyle Master. I mean, Eric Harris sculpted that years ago, and it's a gorgeous piece. So I love that. But so much stuff over the years.
Yeah, when we look back on what we've done, it's like multiple lifetimes. It makes me tired almost.
I can completely understand that.
Lots of love coming in still.
I know.
It's talking about they can't wait to meet you at the show. Do you know what booth were you in? Are you around the same area that you normally are?
We're the exact same area, which is 1014 and 1015.
Okay, awesome. And watch out if you walk down that center aisle. Creatures are going to get you.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
All right. I the love and support.
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to keep up.
You guys. Yeah, it's so hard to keep up. I don't know if you guys can see this on the side. It is coming in fast and furious. Everybody does love you guys so much. They can't wait to see you. We definitely are very excited for this year. Is there anything else that you guys are excited about or you would like us or our viewers to know about?
Go ahead.
Well, this is kind of corny, but it's, here we've been in business so long and we've been doing our thing, but it's like, for whatever reason, we're in our prime. I know that's weird to look at us, and say, hear that, but it's true. It's like we've just got this creative explosion going on, and we're just really, a lot of it's driven by social media and being able to communicate. And I don't know what's going on, but it's like the funnest time we've ever had in being in the business.
Yeah, and we're just really looking forward to see everybody. We'll be there. Janine will be there. Mike will be there.
Tom Cassidy, Mondo.
Adam, Mondo. So most of our crew not most of our crew, but a lot of our crew will be there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We are excited to see all of you as well.
Come on. Yay.
Yeah, we can't wait. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with us. I personally always love talking to you guys. I'm so excited to see what you got. I'm so excited to watch Eric scream.
It's gonna happen. You just watch.
Yeah,
it's really gonna be me.
We'll try.
Awesome. Well, there's so many people so excited to see you. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, I love them so much. They're just so nice.
I do too. They're so wonderful.
Me, please.
I know. I know. Oh my gosh, they are. They're just so great. And Distortions, I'll just never forget like the first time like meeting them in person or seeing them in person and like seeing all of everything all at once just at TransWorld and just being like, wow, this is what heaven is like, the Halloween heaven,
Yes. Yeah. I'm so excited. I saw someone say, see you in 16 days, and I got chills again.
I know.
A little scared. And
well, you got chills. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
this arm was scared, and this one got chills.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
That is so amazing. Oh my God. All right. So we have so many cool things that is happening. Do you want to talk about a sneak peek of what next episode's going to offer?
Do I know what the next episode's going to offer?
That's why I'm asking you. No, we had mentioned something about Friday.
That's not confirmed, so we can't release that information yet.
So there's going to be another episode coming soon. Make sure you.
So I'm going to be like Bryon and like not tell you any I clued Nicole in on a possible episode next week. That's going to be really exciting, and now
I just want to share it. I get excited. Yeah, no, definitely. So I think if we want to do one more surprise for somebody, and then I'm gonna reveal what it is. So I'll let you pick the winner.
Oh, do we have one more on there?
We have one more.
Okay. You have more information than I have, so
I'm sorry about that. Yes, I think the text message was supposed to come to you and I, and it came to somebody else.
That's totally fine. So let me see here. Robert Nass.
Robert Nass. All right. Well, guess what? Congratulations to Robert Nass and Danny Patrick. You are going to be joining, you and a friend actually. So this is for a pair of tickets, joining us at the Vintage Halloween Ball on Saturday night at TransWorld. So congratulations. What you're going to do is you're going to hit up Jen at haashow.com, or you can hit up myself, Nicole, or Eric at haashow.com to claim those tickets and to make sure that you've got your reservations all ready for the show. And sorry about that. And you're ready to party with all of us. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in here. And Eric, do you want to tell them, for anybody that doesn't know about the Vintage Halloween Ball, do you want to tell them a little bit more?
Yeah, so the Vintage Halloween Costume Ball is a costume party. So costumes are welcome. They're not required, but we do encourage you to wear costumes. It's a huge party if you've never been at TransWorld, along with other great events. Nicole, do you have any other events that you're really excited about?
Yes. Christmas at the Farm, which I know I love that. I love the whole theme. I love all of it. And then also the Mystery Mayhem that's going to be presented on Saturday night as well. So if you haven't made your decision for Saturday night plans, you're going to want to do that. Or you can be like Eric and I and try to attend all three events like a bunch of crazy people. But we're very excited. I think this year's TransWorld is going to go down in history as the best one yet.
It is. And if you also haven't checked out the networking night out that is happening earlier in the week, this is an event that was a smash hit for the escape room industry, and this year we're blowing it out of the water for all industries that are coming to TransWorld. So this is a huge, think of it as a speed dating networking event where you come in with information that you want to learn, whether it be marketing or scenic design or opening a business or selling your business. We have table topics for all of those. You go to the table of that topic and you chat with others that are also interested in that. So that is a great networking event and is going to be a popular one. So make sure you book that one early.
Yeah, definitely. And then make sure that if you're in a certain industry and you're coming to that certain industry, that you're checking out the other networking or opportunities to meet new people. If you are not part of Facebook groups and stuff like that, that's okay. You can still attend, and there are opportunities to connect with new people, grow your network. You're going to be able to obviously see all the vendors such as Ed and Marsha, Bryon, and then even Dave with his awesome new stuff. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you have got your hotel. That's the big one. Make sure you have your hotel. There were some people that released blocks or released things or whatever, but I know that there were people scooping them up as quick as possible. So, Eric, I don't know if you see that comment there about the tribute store. I just want to
never been ready for the whole TransWorld and this new tribute store. Yes, the tribute store is going to be great. So stay tuned. We may have a special tribute store episode coming up next week. That's a blatant hint for you. We'll see about that. I see some late comments come in too asking about masks. If you missed that, the mask ordinance in the city of St. Louis, we will know more next week. So keep an eye on that health and safety tab right on the website. That is going to have the most up-to-date information of what we have at this time. So this time for the whole TransWorld staff, if you could probably have guessed, is a very busy time. So if your question can wait, or if you can find that information on the website, we really appreciate you. Otherwise, we will try to get back to your emails and phone calls as soon as we can.
Oh, thank you so much for commenting that they had a bad experience with hotels because they waited. Don't wait. Don't be like them, as they're saying. If you guys need any more information, though, definitely head to the website, haashow.com. Make sure you're getting your tickets. Make sure you've got your hotel room. And most importantly, make sure you're joining us for those awesome events. I am ready to sign off for the night. Eric, are you ready to join me in that?
I am.
All right. We bid you all adieu, and we will talk to you very, very soon. Make sure to watch the website as well as the Facebook page for updates.
Have a great night. Pleasure working with you.